Hello to all my college football friends and fans out there. Welcome to the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, conference football is heating up big time this weekend, where we are going to have the college football conference championships. And what a weekend it is going to be, hands down. But my friends, I am going to cover the number one ranked Georgia Bulldogs, a perfect 12-0, taking on the number 8 team in the country, Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide, coming in at 11-1. And my friends, I will give my prediction at the end of this video. My friends, to start off, if you are new to my channel, please smash the subscribe button. I hope you all enjoy this video. Please smash the like button, and like always, please comment. My friends, let's get right into this video. What an exciting game this should be. We already know the Georgia Bulldogs right now riding a 29-game win streak, and they're looking to make it 30 in a row against their SEC conference foe, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, my friends, when you look at this, you might say, what team was the last team to beat the Georgia Bulldogs? Well, I just mentioned them. Yes, it was in 2021, and it was in the SEC championship where Alabama beat the Georgia Bulldogs 41-24. But my friends, this is a whole new year, whole new season, and we are talking about currently a Georgia Bulldogs team, another perfect regular season at 12-0. Now, when I broke both of these teams down, we are talking about, first, the Georgia Bulldogs coming in, averaging 40 points a game on offense. They are led by signal caller Carson Beck. My friends, before the season started, I did videos about this young man, and I said what a great season he was going to have, and what a very good quarterback he has become at Georgia. And you know, when you stop and look at this young man, what I love about this young man, number one, very humble kid. He really is. He lets his performance speak for itself. You don't see him out there jawing with the mouth. He doesn't have to, because once again, actions speaks louder than words. So my friends, we are talking about a Coach Kirby Smart Georgia Bulldogs football program that they have amassed in their 12 games this season. They average 496 yards of total offense per game. My friends, that is per game. 496. Almost 500 yards averaged against their opponents a game. Amazing. 310 yards average in passing per game. And on the ground, 186 yards rushing, with the dynamic duo of Daijun Edwards and Kendall Milton. You know, when you mention Daijun Edwards and Kendall Milton, what a phenomenal job these two backs have done all season long. And you know, they really complement one another. And again, my hat's off to Coach Mike Bobo, that he knows he has to have an honest running attack to open up the passing attack for Carson Beck. And like I said, you know, when it comes to Coach Mike Bobo as the OC, this man has been a genius all season long, and a big reason why the Georgia Bulldogs right now are sitting at number 1 in the country and a 12-0 record. Now, what really jumped out at me, we are looking at a Georgia Bulldogs rushing attack. Like I said, averages 186 yards on the ground. But when you look at their yards per carry average, an amazing 5.3 yards per carry. My friends, they always say if you could get anywhere from 4.5 to 5, you're doing darn good. And it tells me a lot about the Georgia Bulldogs O-line. You know, I know they were criticized in the first 3-4 games of the year, but this O-line, the last 8 games of the season, they got it going on big time. And when I watched that game last week against rival Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, that O-line was opening up huge holes for Kendall Milton to run through. That's a big reason why Kendall had a phenomenal game against Georgia Tech. Now, looking over at the Georgia Dogs defense. This is a defense that only allows per game to their opponent a total of only 294 yards a game. 177 yards per passing on defense allowed, and only 117 rushing yards per game. You know, my friends, that speaks volumes to the linebackers and the secondary. My friends, these opponents don't even average 180 yards per game. They're at 177. That is amazing to me. It really is. You know, again, they say if you could hold the opponents to less than 200, you know, you're doing darn good. Huh? Georgia's defense is right there. We are talking about a Dogs defense that has only given up, respectful, 16 points per game. And that is good for number 6 in the nation on defense for the Georgia Dogs. So, my friends, right now, you know, again, my prediction will come at the end of this video, who will win this game. Now, the flip side. The Alabama Crimson Tide coming in 11 wins and only 1 loss. That lone loss was a 34-24 setback in Alabama against the Texas Longhorns. But after that, it seems as though Jalen Milroe has really gotten this offense really upbeat and has this offense clicking, I will say. We are talking about we are talking about an Alabama Crimson Tide team coming in, averaging 37 points per game on offense, and on defense giving up 18 points per game, and that is good for a 15th ranked Alabama defense in the country. Ranked 15th on defense, again, giving up 18 points a game. Now, when you look at Alabama total offense per game, 409 yards. 232 yards passing on average for Milroe, and rushing 177 yards on the ground. So, you know, when you look at both of these football programs' rushing attack, very, very similar. Okay, very similar. Both of these teams with huge offensive linemen, both with very, very talented centers. And, you know, this is what makes for a very good SEC Conference Championship game coming up Saturday. Now, I broke this down. The defense for Alabama, okay, they are giving up 3.8 yards per carry. So, you know, that jumped out at me, okay? So we're talking about a defense, Alabama, again, giving up only 3.8 yards per carry to their opponent's rushing attack. But we're talking about a Georgia Bulldogs offense that, once again, averages 5.3 yards per carry average with that potent rushing attack. So, my friends, something's going to have to give here Saturday, okay? And again, we are talking about 2 darn good running backs in college football. Dejon Edwards, I believe 11 touchdowns on the season rushing. And what more can you say about Kendall Milton with 10 rushing touchdowns on the season? So, like I said, when you have 2 running backs combined for 21 touchdowns on the year, my friends, if you're the defensive coordinator for Alabama, you better script a very good defensive game plan, not only against Carson Beck, okay, and Brock Bowers and Dominic Lovett and Ladd McConkey, but now you got the splendid two running backs, the dynamic duo of Edwards and Milton. I'm just saying, this is what is coming up with my prediction. Now, when you mention the overall rivalry between Nick Saban and Kirby Smart. Now, in the last 5 games that these two powerhouses in college football has gotten it on, Nick Saban 4-1 against Coach Kirby Smart in his career. Now, people might say, well, you know, it looks as though all the favor is going towards Alabama. Well, not so, because that one loss happened in 2021, where the Georgia Bulldogs snapped that 4-game losing streak against Alabama by knocking them off in the College National Championship in 2021, beating Alabama Crimson Tide 33-18. So, my friends, like I mentioned, you couldn't ask for 2 better teams to be getting it on, okay? And honest to goodness, that's the truth. You know, do I see a game that could come down to the wire, maybe? Well, we shall see. You know, but I'm just going to say this. You know, if they can neutralize, meaning the Dawgs, if the Dawgs defense, okay, with Dumas Johnson and Bullard and, you know, Starks, if they can neutralize, okay, Jalen Milroe and force him out of the pocket to make throws and force him to get rid of the ball quicker than what he wants, okay, because let's be honest, you know, Milroe in the beginning of the year wasn't what you say lighting it up, okay, he really did not have a very good game against Texas, okay, at least my opinion he didn't, and let's be honest with you, all my friends out there, when it came to just last week, it took a last minute, okay, a last minute touchdown pass to knock off the Auburn Tigers 27-24. And I'm just going to say this, Auburn blew that game, okay? That game should have been done, deal, over with. But Auburn gave Alabama a very early Christmas gift, if you want to look at it that way. So, my friends, everybody knows me, Buckeye Vinny. I like to sit back, study my facts, study the stats on both teams, and my prediction is this. I like the Georgia Bulldogs to roll the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm just going to throw out something like a 35-20 game, okay? But once again, and my big reason is I don't see the Alabama Crimson Tide's defense stopping this fierce rushing attack of the Georgia Bulldogs. I truly don't. I see this game's going to be won in the trenches, like always. I see the O-line of the Georgia Dogs pushing Bama around. I truly do. I really do. You know, when you mention these two backs again, you know, when I seen the holes they were hitting, and they're just not, yes, they're both strong running backs, but they're also quick. They hit those holes so fast, before you know it, they're 20, 30 yards down the field, and you know what? They're running past the secondary for a Georgia Bulldogs touchdown. So, my friends, once again, I like the Georgia Bulldogs to maintain their win streak and go on to win their 30th game in a row by knocking off the Alabama Crimson Tide. My prediction, Georgia 35, Alabama 20. My friends, like always, peace out. God bless. Once again, you like this video, smash the like button, and please comment down below. That's all Buckeye Vinny has for today. Keep watching me. I truly appreciate all of those who have subscribed to me. You know who you are, and I appreciate everybody taking my channel under your wing and wanting to give me an opportunity and a chance for my sports knowledge out there and the love of college football that I have. Once again, like always, peace out. God bless. Keep the faith. Buckeye Vinny's out of here.